Welcome back. Well, the idea of a sitting president wiretapping the next possible commander-in-chief is almost inconceivable. But that's the news breaking tonight. Unprecedented allegations from President Trump coming in a series of tweets. He wrote, "Terrible, just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism." And is it legal for a sitting president to be wiretapping a race for president prior to an election? Turned down by court earlier, a new low. And how low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon, Watergate, bad or sick guy. The Obama administration denies the claims, but some aren't convinced. One of those people is Lieutenant Colonel Tony Schaffer, a CIA-trained intel operative and senior fellow at the London Center for Policy Research. And he joins me now. Good evening, Colonel. Great to see you. Explosive news. Absolutely. This happened this morning. You were on Fox and Friends talking about it. Sure. Some information and news has developed throughout the day.
Confirming what we said earlier.
Absolutely. Confirming what you said this morning on the Fox News channel. So tell us where we stand now.
Well, we stand exactly where you were talking about earlier with your other panelists. And Geraldo, look, I'm sorry, due diligence is not a legal standard for extraordinary use of intelligence resources. It's probable cause. So that's the first mistake. And Kimberly, as you pointed out in the introduction, another campaign, the Clinton campaign, actually had overtly contacts with foreign nations and were actually being looked at for pay to play. So that, to me, is the probable cause you would need to have to actually do the collection. There is no evidence of this in the Trump campaign. And let me be very clear on this. This has been going back. Rumors have been floating around about this since before last summer, actually. The rumor that they would do something extraordinary. And one of the reasons we're seeing this displayed as it is because, Kimberly, President Obama and the Clintons didn't think they could lose. So what I think Mr. Trump is now seeing is he's getting read into new intelligence programs. He's seeing the true capabilities, which we can't get into here. And the other thing that should have been matched with probable cause is there's no restrictions on how much we can collect on foreign powers, to include the Russians. If there were indications through collection against the Russians something was going on, that would serve as probable cause. Clearly, that didn't exist because the FISA court request was turned down in June. This was a fishing expedition using highly technical, highly classified capabilities, which has resulted in, I believe, a major violation of multiple elements of the U.S. 18 code and some other things, too.
Unbelievable. It seems that they were casting a very wide net. This was turned down before on a prior occasion with the court. So what is it? What was the justification and probable cause that was proffered at the time to be able to grant something like this, especially during such a crucial time in American political history, right before an American election for president, and especially when you had someone in the administration, in the White House, President Obama, who was out actively campaigning, as was the First Lady Michelle Obama, for Hillary Clinton. And then now you have this information coming out with now the commander-in-chief, 45th president, saying, wait a second, what was going on here and what possibly could be the justification? Well,
I think they lied, to be quite honest. I mean, someone had to lie. Now, let me be very clear on this. I have actually had to go to the White House to brief these sorts of operations. I've been over there because when you get to this level of issue, the president is personally aware of everything going on. So his statement today about this non-denial was a confirmation. So we have to understand that he was involved. He at least was tacitly knowledgeable, and therefore he is responsible. The buck stops with him. So I think we have to start with that premise. The president knew. When did he know? What did he know, and why did the justification go forward, knowing full well this was a quote-unquote due diligence, not probable cause issue? That's something that has to be resolved.
And there's some information also that we saw today on Twitter. Jon Favreau, Obama former speechwriter, issued and wrote this statement out, and we'll give it here for our viewers. I'd be careful about reporting that Obama said there was no wiretapping. Statement just said that neither he nor the White House ordered it. What does that tell you?
Precisely. That tells me there was an investigation that was prompted by someone. Look, Kimberly, the operations I ran, the White House didn't direct, but I sure as heck had to go up there and brief them on all aspects of it and get feedback. In this case, everything going on in the intelligence community, the special operations community, in the Justice Department was all being centrally coordinated by the White House, by President Obama's personal staff. So it is there's just absolutely no possibility President Obama was not fully aware of what was going on, and more importantly, that this was a fishing expedition. There was nothing factual to it. And again, I've said on the network several weeks ago, there's been tripwires laid out. And we both know, we all know, that there has been significant leaks of intelligence information to certain outlets, not you guys,
right.
New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, NBC, and those leaks came from inside intelligence officers who I would say, I'll go so far to say, is they were probably involved in this very collection that we're now talking about. They leaked it.
Unbelievable. It's explosive news tonight.
Yes,
Colonel
yes,
Schaffer, always a pleasure to have you
Thank
with
you,
us.
Kimberly.
All right. Well, there's still a lot to unpack on this story, as you can tell. Are the accusations like this too much for Twitter, or is this really the only way that President Trump can get a fair shake and communicate to the